tuned in to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Commissioner of Monday Night Raw, Stephanie McMahon.
Ladies and gentlemen, the WWE Universe is still reacting in stunned disbelief at the challenge heard round the world. In just 4 weeks at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, Nia Jax will be defending the Raw Women's Championship against the first ever UFC Women's Champion and one of the biggest box office attractions in the world, Rowdy Ronda Rousey. But none of that happens until both women come out to this ring and sign this contract. So without further ado, allow me to introduce the irresistible force, the Raw Women's Champion, Nia Jax!
The champion who won the title at WrestleMania, defeating Alexa Bliss, and then the challenge last week at the NBC Universal Upfront event in New York City, seemingly coming from out of nowhere, Nia challenging Rousey to this match.
It is a bit unusual, and I can't wait to hear the logic and the thought process behind it by Nia Jax.
I don't think it's much of a mystery. Nia Jax is supremely confident as a human being. Now, as the Raw Women's Champion, Nia feels like she's justified everything she's worked for.
Now, Nia, first of all, let me say congratulations on winning the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania and successfully defending it at Backlash. Now, I know at times your issues with Alexa Bliss were deeply personal and sometimes heart-wrenching. She was your best friend. But you have boldly chosen your next opponent. Ladies and gentlemen, the baddest woman on the planet, Rowdy Ronda Rousey!
And what an opportunity for Ronda Rousey, who burst on the scene here in WWE with a tag team victory at WrestleMania with Kurt Angle over Stephanie McMahon and her husband Triple H, but now her first singles match on WWE television will be for the Women's Championship.
Yeah, I can be the first one to admit it. I've underestimated her star power. I've underestimated her in-ring ability. And I'll be the first one to say I can't wait to see her one-on-one against Nia Jax in 4 weeks.
Hey, Steph.
Rhonda, this is your chair right here. If you'd like to have a seat, the two of you.
How's your arm? I mean, you're holding that mic pretty well.
Oh, my arm is great. Thank you for asking. Yes, no, it's doing really well. I appreciate your concern. Thank you. You can have a seat. Actually, my first question is to you, Rhonda. How does it feel to leapfrog the entire Raw Women's division? Women who you have said are actually far more deserving of this championship opportunity than yourself.
Steph, I know what you're trying to do, but I know that a lot of women deserve this title shot more than me. But Nia didn't challenge them. She challenged me.
No, you're right. You're right. Nia challenged you. And why did Nia Jax challenge you? And I think that's because Nia is trying to make a name for herself at your expense. I mean, Rhonda, while you had an incredible showing at WrestleMania, which you did, I know personally, you have also never competed in a singles match here in WWE, not once. And you, my friend, are ripe for the picking. Nia also knows that you come from a world of bantamweights and flyweights, and there is no weight division here in the WWE. Nia is bigger, she's stronger, she's more powerful than you, Rhonda. And Nia also knows that, Rhonda, you don't like to lose very much. So if Nia beats you at Money in the Bank, she knows you'll tuck tail and leave WWE forever, making Nia Jax the baddest woman on the planet. Now, likewise, Nia, Ronda knows that it took you, what, 15, 20 minutes to defeat Alexa Bliss? Diminutive little Alexa Bliss, who's maybe a third of your size? I mean, why did it take you so long to defeat Alexa? I mean, why did it take you so long to get to this point in your career in the first place? Is it because you relied too much on your power and your size? Is it because Ronda knows the truth that you are lazy? And if you are lazy, well, how long will it take Ronda Rousey to get you in that arm bar to begin with? How long? I mean, that is if Ronda Rousey can even physically put that arm bar on you, Nia. I mean, can she even physically do that? You're bigger than anyone she's ever faced. You're stronger. You're more powerful. I mean, Ronda, can you get that armbar on Nia? Can you do it? Can you snap?
The truth is, she can't get the armbar on me. I'm so sick and tired of hearing that lazy crap. I've been hearing that all my life. Do you want the truth, Ronda? The truth is, I will make a name for myself. Because I'm gonna beat you at Money in the Bank. All right, Nia, I'm really happy the truth came out. But that's okay. Because I am going to take your title. And your arm.
Somehow I doubt that. Well, we will find out in 4 weeks. Money in the Bank in Chicago. The biggest Raw Women's Championship fight ever. Nia versus Ronda Rousey for the title.
Boys, that is a face-off. And speaking of face-off, how about later on tonight? Last week, these fellow Money in the Bank competitors were partners. Now they are foes. Hey, Braun Strowman said, I love competition. He's got it in the form of Finn Balor live first time tonight.
You know, guys, Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre called themselves a wake-up call to the locker room, and because the locker room's gone soft. McIntyre and Ziggler believe some superstars don't belong here anymore. They plan to make an example of Chad Gable. It's Ziggler and Gable live next.
Tonight.
And some of the fans here rising to their feet.
It goes. This hasn't happened in a long time. Now we have to deliver. And all the things that could have gone so
Almost easy. Gable's so incredibly talented, deceptively powerful. What he lacks in height, he more than compensates for in ability. And neutralizing Dolph Ziggler here, and Dolph makes it to the ropes to force a break.
The tough thing when you have a new approach like Dolph has is you've got to keep that train going, that positivity train rolling. You can't afford a hiccup, even if it's against a talented guy like Chad Gable.
What we're seeing right now, what we just saw in that last exchange, is Dolph Ziggler prides himself on his amateur wrestling abilities. He's covered here by Gable. Ziggler's being absolutely schooled in these early moments, and that humiliates Dolph. That'll throw him off his game. He's in the ring with an Olympian. And Ziggler with an elbow to the jaw of Gable. And that allows Ziggler to go to his bread and butter. The beautiful drop kick taking Gable down. Cover by the former world champion and a kick out by Gable.
I like to use the term fish to water, and earlier we saw Chad standing next to Kurt Angle. I think when you look at those two guys, they have probably been the best as far as going fish to water amateur to this level.
And Dolph Ziggler continues the attack now on Chad Gable, looking to punish him. Remember, McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler say they're a wake-up call and reality check for the locker room here on Monday Night Raw. We don't care about stealing the show because we are the show, all quotes attributed to that team.
Whatever it is inside of Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler, they've brought it out of one another. It seems like they feed off of one another in this attitude that the entire WWE locker room's gone soft. Oh, and certainly reinvigorated Ziggler and a very dominant
Drew elbow right to the chest. Cover on Gable, kick out at 2.
It is really hard to argue with anything that Dolph has said. I don't want to call anybody in the locker room soft by any means, but he backs up what he says, meaning Dolph. And moving forward, I think that these two guys, to your point, Corey, have found lightning in a bottle.
Well, Dolph, by his own admission, felt like he had stagnated. And Drew McIntyre's arrival on Monday Night Raw has freshened things up for Ziggler, reinvigorated his career, his passion for being the absolute best.
Gable trying to work his way out of this predicament. Back nearly now to a vertical base. Creating separation with the right hand. And another one by Gable. Look at how quick Gable is in the takedown of Ziggler. Rolls through. Here's the shoulders down. Near fall for Gable.
You know, guys, we're in the third hour here on Raw, so my one word for this hour.
Here we go. Bridge now. Is it enough to put Ziggler away? And a kick out at 2. And now Dolph Ziggler right to the knee of Gable.
Beautiful.
And Ziggler is fired up here against Chad.
Big time.
And
look at that little quickness of his own.
And Gable lands on his feet, though. From behind, looking for the German suplex, and Dolph able to block. And now Ziggler with a neck breaker. And Dolph Ziggler is settled in.
We are really looking at two guys trying to prove to one another. At some point, they may have to scrap this game plan and start something new.
Ziggler ran into an elbow by Gable.
Well, obviously, Chad Gable took exception to the locker room gone soft comment. Chad's a guy who's fought, scratched, and clawed for everything he's got in his life.
Shoulders down, maybe enough for the victory, and a kick out at 2.
Certainly nothing soft about Chad Gable.
I think he went face first. German suplex, and he hung on. Cover, kick out at 2, and McIntyre, it brought him to the apron.
This is a technical virtuoso performance by both. But, Corey, don't you agree at some point you've got to change what you are doing? Because right now they're just going back and forth. Neither guy is getting the upper hand.
Oh, they're evenly matched superstars, Coach. I mean, eventually, yeah, you're going to wait for somebody to make a mistake. That could be what this all boils down to. The veteran experience of Ziggler could come into play.
And there's the veteran experience
right there.
Ziggler, and then a super kick. And he falls into the cover. Shoulders down on Gable, and he got him.
Here's your winner, Dolph Ziggler.
He went under the bottom rope, and it caused the break, and as Gable took the break, Ziggler followed up with a headbutt in the win. Better move.
Chad Gable got a little bit overzealous, and Dolph Ziggler made Gable pay.
Dolph seems almost annoyed that his beautiful face was even touched by Chad Gable. These are two guys.
Oh, wait a minute. Drew McIntyre now standing over Gable, and I believe Drew McIntyre wants to make a statement. Gable's helpless. He's defenseless. He was out after the headbutt. And now McIntyre, the Claymore kick.
Good night.
No, the match is over. There's nothing Chad Patton can do about it.
Drew McIntyre says what makes me dangerous isn't just my in-ring style. It's the fact I have thrived on a journey most wouldn't have survived. I am back, and I'm not going to waste it this time around.
And, Michael, they have nothing to lose.
Take a look at this first. Veteran instinct by Ziggler. Bam! Super kick right on the zygomatic bone of Chad Gable. Thanks for coming, Chad. Another big-time victory for Ziggler. And then a statement in the form of a Claymore kick.
What do they call that?
Terminator.
They call that insult to injury, right?
Drew and Dolph say we've got chips on our shoulders. We're leading by example. Quote, this is for everyone's own good.
Well, as we approach the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, we are still providing opportunities for the women's Money in the Bank qualifying match. Up next, it's a fatal four-way. Natalya, Dana Brooke, Liv Morgan, and Sarah Logan next.
The Bellas are crushing life, but sometimes life crushes back.
I'm on this